Welcome to Perfectly Imperfect Me 365, the podcast where we get real about mental health, messy growth, and being human one day at a time. I'm your host, Rachel, and together we're navigating life's chaos with honesty, compassion, and a little humor. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back. So today I want to talk about anxiety, and I'm not talking about the Instagram kind. I'm not talking about the just breathe and you're going to be fine version, but the real version. The one that shows up uninvited, talks over you, catastrophizes everything, and literally acts like every minor inconvenience is an emergency. And if anxiety were a person, it would probably be that friend who means well, and they just cannot chill at all, because anxiety has zero sense of proportion. Missed text? Anxiety. They hate you. You're being abandoned. Your heart skips a beat. Anxiety says, this is it. I'm dying. We're dying. Someone's tone is off. Anxiety says, you've done something unforgivable. Anxiety does not do a wait and see. It does panic now, ask questions never. And the problem isn't that anxiety exists. The problem is that anxiety has a megaphone in a world that already moves too fast. And we live in a world where notifications never stop. News is constant. Expectations we have are endless. Productivity is worshipped and praised. Rest is kind of treated like a reward, and your brain is expected to keep up with all of it. So, of course, anxiety is thriving because anxiety loves urgency. And modern life is basically one long emergency alert. Your nervous system wasn't designed for this peace. It was designed to keep you safe from actual danger, not unread emails. And here's the part of anxiety that anxiety doesn't want you to know. Anxiety isn't trying to ruin your life. It's actually trying to protect you. It's somewhat overprotective. It's dramatic. It jumps to conclusions. And the core message is always the same. Something might go wrong, and I don't want you to get hurt. But the problem is that anxiety has terrible judgment. It treats discomfort like danger, uncertainty like threat, change like catastrophic. And so instead of helping you prepare, it literally just exhausts you. But let's be honest about what anxiety actually does. It keeps you stuck in your head. It makes you second guess yourself. It actually convinces you that rest is irresponsible. It turns small decisions into mental marathons, and it makes you feel behind, broken, or even failing. And then on top of all that, it criticizes you for being anxious, which is really screwed up. And I say this because I know anxiety pretty well. I've had my days where my brain would replay conversations I had years ago, worries about things that haven't actually happened. That's part of it when I was becoming a mom. And now I'm parenting my parents in a lot of ways. So I'm having intense anxiety about the future that hasn't even happened. And it tells me I'm forgetting something important, but won't tell me what. And it convinces me I need to do more to finally feel okay. And the moment I try to slow down, anxiety's like, excuse me, we don't relax, we monitor. It's exhausting living with a brain that thinks peace is suspicious. And here's the trap about anxiety. When you try to argue with it, or eliminate it, or shame yourself for feeling it, or force calm, guess what gets louder? Anxiety. Because now it thinks, oh, you're not listening to me, this must be serious. And anxiety doesn't respond to force. It responds to acknowledgement and redirection, which is kind of annoying, and it's very effective. And the truth is, anxiety from a DBT lens lives in emotion mind. Emotion mind is fast, it's reactive, it convinces you that it's right. The goal isn't to shut emotion mind down. The goal is to bring in wise mind. And wise mind is the calm adult in the room. It's the one who says, hey, I hear you, and we're okay right now. So what actually helps with this anxiety? There's no miracle cure. It's not just be positive. So some things that are actually doable are the one thing I always talk about is naming it. If you say it out loud or even in your head, this is anxiety. It's not intuition. It's not truth. It's anxiety. That definitely helps. You can also slow down the body. Anxiety is physical. You can't think your way out of it. So you want to try long exhales, grounding your feet, unclenching your jaws. And yes, you are clenching them, or even your fists. You want to reduce the urgency. Ask, is this urgent or does it just feel urgent? And most of the times it's the second one. And you want to kind of talk to anxiety like a toddler. Calm, firm, reassuring. Thanks for the concern, and I've got this. And it's okay to do this in your head because nobody knows what you're thinking. So if you practice it in your head and you say it to yourself often, then that's what helps reduce anxiety. And by practicing allowing the anxiety in, takes the power away from anxiety when it's allowed to exist without being obeyed. So you could feel anxious and still live your life. So having anxiety does not mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you're broken. You're not bad at coping. It just means that you have a nervous system that's doing its job just a little too enthusiastically. And here's the thing. You don't need to eliminate anxiety to live well. You need to stop letting it run the show. So we know anxiety is loud, but it is not always right. It wants certainty in a world that doesn't offer it. It wants control in a life that is completely unpredictable and always changing. It actually wants guarantees that doesn't exist. And you don't need to fight it. You just need to stop handing it the microphone. You're allowed to move forward while anxious. You're allowed to rest while you're uncertain. You're allowed to live without having everything figured out. And anxiety can just come along for that ride. And it does not get to drive. So if this podcast episode resonated with you, you're going to want to save it. You're going to want to come back and listen to it again. And more importantly, if you know somebody who struggles with anxiety, you're going to want to share it because we don't gatekeep here. So with that being said, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining into Perfectly Imperfect Me 365 with Rachel. I am that host, and have a great day. And remember, take back the control of that anxiety by letting it just be. Have a great day.